Sorry about that last video, guys. For some reason, my phone decided that it was full for some stupid reason, so I didn't get to make the video and finish starting the fire. Sorry. Yeah, me and technology, we don't get along all that great. So hopefully this is not going to get cut short as well. These Samsung phones, so as soon as the memory fills up, it just goes, no, you're not videotaping no more, taking pictures, so kind of sucks. As you can see in here, we got the wood stove just roasted. And, I got it open just so it'll kick out a little bit of heat to the front here. It's, not a big warm-up shack, but doesn't get a whole lot of light in it and stuff and whatnot. And videotaping inside here is kind of a bit of a challenge. That's why I had the door open. It was getting a little chilly. But used my my snow annealiacs and my Park River Bravo Vortex. So fantastic knife. Jim Stewart did a really great job designing this knife from Park River. All the guys at Park River do a fantastic job. So, I mean, they're not cheap knives. They are extremely well worth the money. Not going to do any kind of review. I've done that on this knife and axe before. Just my fire steel. But the folks at Park River, if somebody's looking for, wants a higher quality knife, you can't really go wrong. Park River is probably one of the best companies I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. They stand by their product. They're 100% made in the USA. There's no overseas work. It's all done in-house. These guys are the bomb when it comes to knives. I've had personal conversations with Mike Stewart via Messenger and stuff, and everything's been great. And he's the president of the company and owner. And all the people that work on these knives, they're all top notch. And I'm hoping one day I'll be able to get down there and show my appreciation for the knives that I own from them. But they've done a really great job. There's lots of really good knife companies out there, guys. Moore is another really great knife company. Their price points, if you're getting into bushcraft entry level, they're a fantastic company to go with. They're not going to break the bank, which will leave you some extra cash kicking around for other equipment that you may need. So if you're starting out in bushcraft and you need good tools, they're a great company to deal with. My friend and I have a business making firearms parts, but we also sell more knives on our website. I can always post a link or something to that not on the video. I don't know how to do that yet, but I can definitely post it on Facebook or whatnot on the Borealis page. But pretty much more knives you can order online from almost anywhere, and any company you deal with is going to be more than happy to ship that out to you. Just gonna put a little bit more wood on the fire here. Some big uns going here. Oh, some heat kicking out of this puppy. Yeah. The Park Service, when they come out, they cut lots of wood, but they usually cut the naughtiest crap they can find. Anyway, sometimes it's even rotten. Yeah. Anyway, so those are two really good companies that I've had the pleasure of dealing with, and their products are top notch. So, little shout out to Park River and to Moore Knives. We carry a lot of Elk Ridge stuff, a lot of products from Master Cutlery and whatnot on our website, I've personally tested a lot of those knives as well. And for entry-level knives, they're great knives, but at some point you're gonna wanna, your passion and your wallet are going to collide somewhere along the lines, and you're going to want some nicer quality tools. You're going to want to eventually personalize your kit to your liking and whatnot, and as your skill level improves as well. So I mean, if you're just starting out, you don't need the crazy amount of high-end knives and stuff, and all the crazy Gucci gear and whatnot. Go with the Value Village clothes. You can start bushcraft on a budget. It's Dave Canterbury's done a whole series of videos on bushcrafting on a budget, and they're phenomenal. Like, the stuff, you don't need a whole ton of expensive gear to get into this kind of stuff, guys. Survival doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to, like I say, it just has to work. It's got to do what you need to do when you need to do it. And in doing such, you can make your kit do amazing things just by shopping around, learning how to make stuff. I purchased Steger mucklucks. They were a little over $200 to my door, but I also learned how to make mucklucks. Wasn't that hard, and I've got it down to the point where I can make a pair of mucklucks for a little over $100. So just a little time, effort. You pick up some knowledge here and there, and you hone and build your skills. It's like firelighting, guys. Like, if you're starting out and you're kind of frustrated, and there's tons of resources on YouTube, and there's courses that you can take. We run courses. If you're in the States, there's metric tons of guys that are running courses, and a lot of them are really good. So I mean, you got some big names and stuff out there that are running courses. Like Morse Kahansky's school up in Alberta up here is, probably tops for instruction. And Caleb Musgrave has got a school out east of here. And we're running courses in Manitoba, and we got Maple Leaf Survival up here. We've got ICOS, all a really bunch of great guys. So I mean, there's if you want instruction, it's there to be had. I mean, but definitely you can put yourself some equipment together, and go out in the woods and go to places where you're not necessarily uber remote. You're within a comfort zone, where if something does go uber wrong, or you gotta get out in a hurry or whatnot, you can achieve that. Like, I don't have a problem with people learning how to build fires in their backyard. I had a fella that was saying that, you buy a bow drill set, and it's been sitting in your basement or your house, and you can crank out an emperor with it every time, and that's not real. Well, it is, because you're not necessarily picking the materials right out of the woods, but you're learning the techniques, the amount of pressure. You get to troubleshoot the kit in comfort versus when the chips are really down. And yeah, at some point you're going to have to move out of that comfort zone and stress your skills out a little bit. And by meaning stressing your skills out, you're going to have to go out and pick everything out of the woods, all from scratch, and build that kit. This is just an example, guys, but I mean, same thing with firelighting. You can bring tinders with you. There's wet fire, there's tinder tabs, there's a ton of different things. There's fat, commercial fat wood, and then there's fat wood dust, and there's all kinds of different stuff, cotton balls and Vaseline, and all kinds of stuff that you can pre-prep, and that's all fine and dandy and great. But at some time and point in your evolution of bushcraft and survival, you're going to have to go out in the woods and you're going to have to stress out that skill, because there will come a time where you won't have that. You know, something will happen. You might have forgot it. Oh, I used it up and I forgot to replace it. You know, stuff like that. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but you know, the ability to make a one-stick fire is probably one of the best bushcraft type challenges that's out there, is making a one-stick fire. Your tinder, your kindling, and your fuel wood, you know, to get that initial flame going, all comes out of one billet of wood, right? Yeah, you can source out other materials. You can find birch bark, you can find poplar bark, you can find, you know, all kinds of different tinders in the woods. But sometimes those tinders are wet. Sometimes you can't get them to light, you know. Birch bark is usually a go-to fire starting tinder for me. If it's been soaking in water, it'll still go with an open flame. But you try with a ferro rod, and you're gonna have to dry it out. You're gonna have to get rid of some of that moisture for those oils to take light. You know, so you gotta stress your skills out a little bit. You know, go out as much as you can. Relax, go out with friends. You know, take your kids out, teach them stuff. Anything, literally anything. So, I've since my last video, I upgraded my backpack a little bit here, because it was lacking a little bit in the size department for winter kit. Let's go through it. On the outside is basically emergency shelter system. It's basically a 10x10 snug pack tarp with a reflective blanket. So basically a heavy duty solar blanket, no D, plus a clear plastic drop cloth, so I can build a super shelter. There's paracord in there for guy outlines and whatnot to build stuff, lash stuff together. I'm just gonna break this open just a tad. Basically, the size of the pack is just more so because when you get into winter conditions, your stuff gets bulkier, guys. It doesn't, the haversack in the summer out here is just fine, but you come into the winter, it's different. Yeah, first aid kit, headlamp in there, my Pathfinder cup and bottle. Inside I got my Morse pot with my brew up kit, you know, my Gorilla pot in there, which is taking a nap. Shemagh, extra pair of socks, there's a wool blanket in the bottom. I'm not going to dig through everything. On the outside I got a padded case for, you know, stuff. You know, some bank line in there. There's a strap on there in case I get on a hard pack snowshoe trail. I can actually like strap my snowshoes to the outside of my pack without too much trouble. There's a, you know, actual fire kit in there. Work sharp for keeping my tools sharp. You know, there's a good bunch of kit. Small repair kit. You know, with a little backup slip joint in there for doing some intricate tasks. You know, nothing crazy. I didn't come out with a whole ton of stuff. You know, and it zips open so I can, you know, lay it down and get into everything and keep all the snow and stuff out that I want and whatever. In the front pocket, there's a map pocket here, but I don't have a map for in here right now. Inside here, there's some TP in there. There's my car keys. There's my more of Garberg's in there. There's my backup knife. You know, so, you know, going back to that, you know, signage or whatever on the outside of the hut. You know, am I prepared? Yeah, I can spend a night out here. Especially in this cabin, I keep the wood stove burning all night long. You know, heat the place up really good. Be just fine. Even without the kit, you keep that stove burning. You know, cut yourself some pine boughs, layer them up on top of the floor, lay in front of the fireplace. You know, get yourself as close to the stove as you can without burning yourself. You'll be fine. You'll last a night out here, no problem. you know. Plus, guys, there's stuff, you know, people leave stuff in these shelters too, you know, like we got an extra roll of TP up here on a nail, you know, there's lighting here, there's tea light candles and stuff, you know, there's coat hangers and stuff for drying your clothes out, you know. There's even a flower out here for the ladies, look at that, you know, tea light candles. There's a water bottle here, you know. I ain't gonna drink what's in it, it's frozen, so it's probably water, but, you know, hey, if I don't have a water bottle, I can make that work too. You know, snow doesn't have to be purified, it just has to be melted. You know, a couple of brass candlesticks. So yeah, so a view outside. So places like this are nice, you know, nice to come and relax and chill out. But anyway, I am going to, now that I'm warmed up, I am going to plan my route out of here. And yeah, when I get back to the city, I'll post up these videos for you fellas and gotta go from there. I think I'll sweep the cabin out. It's a little on the, guys have kind of came in here and made a bit of a mess. Anyway, take care, be safe, have fun.